And welcome back, this is ballerscuba with more Let's Play Mass Effect 3. I'm joined, as always, by the commander herself, Mariah Shepard. When we last left off, I got a whole bunch of quests at the Citadel after taking care of the priority quest there. Doesn't look like there's anybody hanging out in here, so let's just go ahead and take a look at the war assets. I have a feeling that a few things probably got updated. I'm now up to 405 effective military strength, 4810 total military strength. I feel like I'm going to complete this bar without having to do any multiplayer. So maybe we won't do any multiplayer. I'll probably show off like one or two anyway, but we'll have to see. So let's take a look at the war assets. We're going to start with Alien. We have the Volus Dreadnought Quunu. Gives me 50 points. The Volus have only produced one dreadnought, the Quunu, named after the diplomat who negotiated their client race status with the Turians. The Quunu is the only Volus ship of its class, but it is remarkably well armed. Its broadside cannons and main gun are all Thanix magnetic hydrodynamic weapons. A Turian general touring the Quunu after its maiden system voyage enthusiastically declared that the ship could char a planet 3 times over. While its construction was funded entirely by the Elkos Combine Corporation, the dreadnought was jointly gifted to the Vol Protectorate and Turian hierarchy upon completion. So it is made by the Volus, but it's half Volus, half Turian because of, well, the arrangement that they have. Batarian Fleet probably just got updated. Actually, did I have them before? I have a feeling that I didn't. So, let's just read the whole thing. The once formidable Batarian navy was all but annihilated when the Reapers struck Karshan. The enraged survivors have gathered into a single remaining fleet. Batarian refugees are enlisting by the thousands, desperate for a sense of purpose after the destruction of their homeworld. No collection of vessels is more eager to engage the Reapers than Karshan's last warships. Updated. As the highest-ranking official left in the hegemony, Balak is now the last Batarian military leader. His leadership, drive, and barely contained fury have galvanized his troops. While Balak bears a deep hatred for the Alliance, he would do anything to save his people, and has grudgingly joined forces with humanity to stop the Reapers. Update again. Batarian refugees are rallying around the Pillars of Strength, finding courage in this sacred ancient artifact's recovery. Then we have the Citadel Defense Force. A ton of updates here. I don't know if we had this before, so once again, I'll just kind of read from the top. The Council created the Citadel Defense Force to support Shepard in the war against the Reapers. The CDF includes ships and soldiers from every Council race. Compliments from a few species without official membership status have also quietly joined. After the attempted coup, no offer of assistance is being turned away by the Council and its advisors. Updated, warning people on the Citadel to prepare for the war has improved civilian readiness. Updated, Commander Shepard restored duty pay to spouses and family of active service people, improving morale in the Citadel. Updated again, a con artist exploiting refugees was thrown off Citadel. Security improved on the docks as a result. Update again! It has become easier for people to travel through Asari space to join family and friends on Thessia. The Citadel security improved as a result of the number of refugees leaving the Citadel. Spectre authorization released medical supplies from customs to Huerta Memorial Hospital, improving the quality of patient care. A Spectre gave CSEC permission to tap into surveillance on private citizens. CSEC used the footage to make several arrests, improving security. CSEC was authorized to train a civilian militia, strengthening their defense forces. Housing was found for students from Grissom Academy, too young to work on the Prothean device. These gifted teenagers have been helping, however, by dealing with any repetitive problems that can't be delegated to VIs. I'm sure, yeah, they have been helping, however. It just sounded weird to me, but it's right. CSEC is focusing on smaller crimes and misdemeanors. This has spread the force's sin, decreasing efficiency when dealing with larger threats. Well, shit. Apparently I picked the wrong one that time. After reassurances that keeping money in the bank is critical to the war effort, Volus merchants are making donations to relief efforts and defense forces on the Citadel. Schematics, recovered by Commander Shepard, are helping C-Sec easily locate and shut down active turrets left by Cerberus on the Citadel. Schematics of advanced biotic amplifiers from Grissom Academy increased the endurance of the Asari under fire. And finally, the Book of Plenix declares that every Volus must aid those in need during times of want. News of the book's recovery inspired many Volus citizens to donate generous amounts to Citadel charities and defense funds. Woo, that's a lot of things. That's the alien side down. We have more from the Asari, it looks like. Oh, like all together. We have the Asari. First, we have the Asari science team. Many respected Asari scientists have used their long lifespans to become leading experts in their fields. Asari scholars often gain perspective on how cultural shifts affect society, grasping the larger contextual forces behind new proposals, and using this to springboard into hypotheses years ahead of their time. The Asari science team working on the Crucible consists of some of the keenest scientific mavericks in the galaxy, eager to contribute to its construction. Then we have the Asari Second Fleet. The Asari Second Fleet is largely composed of frigates and fighters, embodying the Asari's hit-and-run mindset with a nimble swarm rather than a slower collection of vessels. The Second is normally dispatched to protect colonies from pirate raiders or mercenary activity. The Second Fleet's fighter squadrons are intensely competitive, racing to break new records set by other teams, but unquestionably loyal to each other in a fight. Updated. A group of Asari mercenaries, sent by a matriarch friend of the commander, have volunteered their services. They'll ride with the Second Fleet, deploying to combat zones as required. And then we have the Asari Sixth Fleet. The Sixth Fleet has more dreadnoughts than any other collection of ships in the Asari Navy. An almost superstitious dread has grown around its entrance into conflict, as any war with the fleet has never remained small. It was the Sixth Fleet that flew against the Rachni in the beginning of the Rachni Wars, and it was the Sixth Fleet that liberated the first colony under siege in the Krogan rebellions. Unfairly or not, its service people have a reputation for being sober, serious, and humorless. Nevertheless, the Sixth Fleet is a welcome sight for any ally when it arrives. Wow, we have a whole bunch here. Next up, the Solarian, the STG Task Force. While the Citadel Council officially dismissed the existence of the Reapers for years, high-level STG operatives harbored suspicions that their return might be imminent after the Battle of the Citadel. These leaders quietly began to advise the Special Tasks Group to prepare for the worst. In accordance, the STG is ready to deploy a sizable task force to deal with the Reaper threat. Then we have the Turians, the Sixth Fleet. The Turian Navy has the most dreadnoughts of any known species in the Milky Way. The Turian hierarchy limited production of these ships only because the Treaty of Ferrixen strictly controls the number of dreadnoughts due to their destructive capabilities. The Turian Sixth Fleet is technically classed as a peacekeeping fleet. Before the Reapers, it was chiefly used to patrol the space around the Citadel. Now it's ready to fly to areas trying to fight off the invasion. Then we have the Seventh Fleet. I don't know if we've had this one before. There's so much here now. The Turian 7th Fleet was assigned the privilege and burden of guarding the Crucible during the weapons construction and deployment. The fleet flies constant surveillance around the massive device, coordinating with Alliance security patrols and VI-run counterintelligence programs. The 7th Fleet knows what it would cost the galaxy if the Reapers breach their defenses. Every vessel's captain is prepared to make the ultimate sacrifice if it ensures the Crucible's safety. Updates. Crates of dextroamino acid metagel have been shipped out to the Turian 7th Fleet. This resupply will help Turian medics treat potentially fatal wounds. Update again. Recovering the legendary banner of the 1st Regiment lifted the spirits of overworked Turian forces. I'm feeling like some of these updates are not in the order that I got them. But that is the update to the war assets here. I should check to see if there's something new in the journal. They say there is. We have Misana, a distress signal. Asari High Command has requested help dealing with a distress signal on an Asari colony. Go to the colony and investigate the situation. And our new priority is in the Perseus Vale. The Quarian Fleet offers both technical specialists and support ships to assist with the Crucible, meet the Quarian admirals, and obtain their help in the war effort. So finally, that's right, we're going to get the Quarians involved, but of course first we have so much else to do. Oh, we are going to be doing that for a while. We do have updates to the Codex as well. A new planet location for us. I assume it's the Quarian thing in the Perseus Vale.
The John Griffin, an unremarkable world located far from regularly traveled trade routes, Lessus is inhabited only by a small Asari colony. The main feature is a monastery that houses a large population of Asari with active or latent Ardat Yakshi genes, a disorder that causes the death of anyone who mates with the afflicted Asari. Although some of the colonists exiled themselves voluntarily, many were sent to Lessus by their families to protect society from their deadly potential. The monastery emphasizes individual sacrifice for the good of the community. Latent Ardat Yakshi, as well as active sufferers who show that they can control their condition, may be offered a chance to reintegrate into Asari society after spending sufficient time on Lessus. Active Ardat Yakshi whose psychological profiles show capacity for neither empathy nor re-education are confined to the monastery for life.
So yeah, so much about Samara and her kids kind of being the only ones with the gene. Now it seems like it's fairly common. That is it for that Codex entry, at least the primary ones. We do have a new secondary one on the Reaper War, the Cerberus coup. Counselor Udina's attempted coup will no doubt be analyzed for generations to come, but a clear picture is beginning to emerge. Udina had contacted Cerberus to coordinate what was intended to be a bloodless takeover of the Citadel, in which he would force the other counselors to grant him emergency powers so that he could command the Citadel fleet. He would then direct the fleet to liberate his homeworld, Earth. The plan fell apart early when Executor Palin and the Solarian Counselor caught wind of it. In defense of the plan, the elusive man dispatched his top assassins, commanded by Kai Leng, to kill them. Udina had little choice but to support the assassins with an armed force sufficient to hold the Citadel. Captured confidants have indicated that Udina and Leng's alliance was relatively fragile. Udina may have planned to turn on Cerberus once the fleet was his to command, and Leng departed when he calculated that Udina would not succeed. Persistent rumors suggest that Udina might have been a high-functioning victim of Reaper indoctrination. His actions played right into the Reaper's plans. Even if the coup failed, it would damage Citadel governance. If it succeeded, his plan to retake Earth would likely have turned into a military blunder that Council forces could ill afford. However, there is no direct evidence of his indoctrination, nor obvious opportunity. It is more likely that Udina acted out of desperation, and in doing so, cost humanity its counselor. So it's starting to come together that my initial guess was right, that Cerberus seems to be indoctrinated, but they haven't officially said that yet. They're just really hinting at it. That's right, I'm holding on to that. As you can see, my reputation is almost maxed out here. Mostly Paragon, a little bit of Renegade. A little bit less Renegade than I wanted, but Renegade these days seems like the wrong option more often than not. I am trying to unite the galaxy. After all, it's hard to do that if you're mean to everybody. Well, sometimes.
Cerberus bastards, and Udina too. Son of a bitch.
That's crap. Udina made a deal with the devil. He got what he deserved.
Yeah, pretty much.
Commander, I've got a lead on something interesting. Have you got a minute?
Always.
Commander, I've found something you need to see.
What have you got?
A group of Cerberus scientists cut ties and fled. Perhaps they finally realized they were on the wrong side. We don't know what they were researching, but they were among the elusive man's top scientists. They could help build the Crucible.
That's a good idea, or if we can trust them. I don't know. I'm gonna stick with the Paragon choices. I like being Paragon with my crewmates and stuff like that, so that's a good idea.
Maybe we could recruit them. Lots of Cerberus people think they're doing the right thing.
Right.
I know I did.
Yep.
And you were right, Commander. Whatever crimes Cerberus is committing now, I was on Horizon when the Collectors attacked.
Really?
You'll recall I mentioned growing up in the Terminus systems. I was visiting my family at home. While the Alliance was running studies, you were saving me and my family.
Has the Alliance tried to make contact with the scientists?
They've been unable to find them, but they're searching. As is Cerberus. I've been monitoring Cerberus communications. I've charted signal frequency from various Cerberus cells by location and cross-referenced known ship movements.
You found them?
I believe so. Yes.
Nice work. Put it on the map and I'll give it a look.
Thanks for your time, Commander.
And I was about to say, we should get a journal update here with the new quest. Anything else for me? Yep, Codex on Gelix. Is that the name of the planet? Alright, so first we do have RA, ex-Cerberus scientists. A group of top-level scientists have cut ties with Cerberus and are fleeing their former employer. Rescue the scientists before Cerberus can find them. Like, I guess... I don't think they'd trick me at this point with something like that, so I'm going to say that's a good thing. Let's look up...
Gelix, the second planet in the Asari system, is a marginally habitable world of mountains and ice. The planet was turned into a human penal colony upon its discovery in 2161. But its prison shut in 2179 after racking up the worst safety records in the system's alliance. Lawsuits are still in the courts. Shortly after the closure of the prisons, a handful of intergalactic corporations moved in to set up mines, supply depots, and other facilities on the planet.
Alright, so that's Gelix, which is how I'm supposed to say it, apparently. We'll see how long before I screw that up again. But that is something. Anything else?
Commander?
Alright, that is it. I bet I have emails, though. Oh, you're damn right I do. Alright, priority Citadel shore leave. From Admiral Hackett. Commander Shepard, I'm ordering the Normandy into dry dock on the Citadel for much-needed repairs. She's seen a lot of action lately and needs a little TLC. Small army of techs will take care of the details once you arrive, so let's get your crew out of there. You're all on shore leave. That's an order. We need everybody at their best. One more thing. Admiral Anderson has an apartment on the wards. Head over there when you arrive. I hear it's a nice place. Admiral Hackett. I guess we'll take a look at the Citadel at some point. Them saying priority, though, throws me off. K. Lang's dossier from Stephen Hackett. Shepard, as promised, here is what we have on Kai Lang. Forwarded message from the Alliance records to Hackett. His name is Kai Lang. He was in the military, well, he enlisted November 14th, 2172. He was 16 at the time. He faked his way in. He had a tour of duty, 2172. Terminus Systems Patrol and Reconnaissance, 2173, the Exodus Cluster, Patrol and Reconnaissance, reprimanded for taking medals from dead enemy officers, sentence reduced in light of previous exemplary service record, for like a year, I guess. 2174, Raid of Ention, recommended for Systems Alliance Medal of Valor. 2175, Kite's Nest, Tactical Reconnaissance, accepted into Interplanetary Combatives Academy. 2176, received N7 designation from Interplanetary Combatives Academy. Alright, so he got N7. 2176, dishonorably discharged and imprisoned after charge of first-degree murder. Cerberus activities. Intel on Kai Lang's activities after joining Cerberus is spotty. What is known is that this elusive man arranged for Lang's escape from prison, employing him as an operative for the next 10 years. Lang is now believed to be the elusive man's most trusted agent, working as an infiltrator and assassin. His cybernetic modifications appear to include Cerberus's Phantom-class implants. Alright, so that's a little bit on Kai Lang. I don't think that Kasumi knew Kai Lang. She brought up a name like her friend, but I don't remember his name, but I don't think it was Kai Lang. Anyway, got a minute from James Vega. Hey, Commander, just wondering if you got some time in the near future. Nothing critical, just wanted to chat. Vega. Durlesh Mole from Adrian Victus. From Victus. Commander Shepard, Cerberus has just ambushed a Turian cruiser full of high-ranking hierarchy officials. The cruiser managed to escape, but its location was top secret. Cerberus couldn't have located that ship without inside information, and the only other person who knew the cruiser's position was Volus Ambassador Din Korlak. I've heard ugly rumors of a bounty out for his head. My advisors insist I can't bring these accusations against Korlak myself. I admit they're right. The Turian and Volus economies are tightly intertwined, and now isn't the time for the political crisis that would result. But the security of our fleets is at stake. I ask that you investigate Korlak in your capacity as a Spectre, and find out if he is indeed a Cerberus mole. I forwarded information on his last known location to the Spectre office on the Citadel. Regards, Primarch Victus. ANN alert! New article on Cerberus from the ANN Information Partners. Elysium. An evacuation shuttle, nearly destroyed as it attempted to escape the Reaper-occupied colony of Elysium, was reportedly saved after a lone biotic worker intervened. The shuttle was carrying children who drew higher numbers on the colony's evacuation lottery, meaning they were not eligible to board the first wave of shuttles leaving the planet. Their shuttle was saved when the biotic, identified by authorities as Erish Agdashlu, engaged Reaper forces that were preventing it from taking off. Agdashlu had a history of drug abuse and criminal activity, and claimed to have survived a Cerberus camp on Pragia as a child. Witnesses said he killed several dozen Reaper creatures before he was overwhelmed, providing the shuttle just enough time to fly clear.